Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. I try to sing, but I don't know if that'll work for me. Alright, so yesterday, or should I say the last video I posted, I'm not sure when this is going to be posted, so I can't say yesterday. The last video I posted, I shared with you my idea of what you call a feeding ring, a little space within my pond. It has some giant duckweed, and feeding the fish was a little bit of an issue because what would normally happen is that the fish normally come up into the duckweed, and sometimes the feed get actually torn up in the duckweed, and it just stay there and rot, right? And it actually makes the water really not all that good. All right, so I have actually shown you how I did making what I did. I actually show. I'm not editing, All right, I actually shared it to you how I made this ring, right? And today I'm going to be talking about the advantages of feeding ring within your system. All right, so the feeding ring is there, and these fish are a little bit feisty. Sometimes they will come up and they will consume. They will sit there and they will watch you, and they will not actually come up and consume until you have actually left. So I might not even get to see them actually consuming the feed. But anyway, I'm talking about advantage of a feeding ring. One is that it allows you a space within your system where you can actually feed your fish, and you can actually you put fears aside that your fish is going to actually destroy your plants which actually exist within your system. Because some fish, when they're actually going for food, they will actually go towards it very aggressively, right? So within the feeding ring now, all the actions take place, and the plants are actually left alone, and everything is okay. One of the disadvantage, however, is that with this feeding ring, with this system, I actually have fries at times. So fries going for food within the feeding ring along with the larger fish, chances are the fries might get eaten, right? I don't know if I'm gonna have to make a second feeding ring for the fries, right? Another advantage of having a feeding ring within my system is that the feeding ring disallows this allows uneaten food to be floating all around at the top of the system. After about 5 minutes, fish not consuming the food, what I'll do, I'll just take my fish net and I'll actually just remove the food from the system. Whether or not they were like shy or just waiting on me to move, that doesn't really matter. The thing is that if the feed stays in the water too long, it will actually makes the water really I call it now, not good for them to actually swim in. I'm trying to give them a little space for them to actually feel comfortable coming up, but they are not. All right, so that is two of the advantages of having a feeding ring. Another advantage of having a feeding ring, which is the third and final, is that you can actually use this space to look down. Right, for me, I have ponds, right? And I notice my ponds, I can't see from the outside in, like you would have an aquarium, right? I have to be looking down, and looking down you see giant duckweed, and I can't look through the giant duckweed, right? So I can probably shine a light through the ring, and I can actually make notation as to whether or not my pond needs to be clean, or whether or not flies are there and I need to do some work to get them out. So feeding ring is really important, especially persons having ponds, and it just makes work a little bit more easier on you, the fish keeper. Probably you guys might actually know this already, but feeding rings are cheap, and they can be made out of any material that can actually float on water. Your creativity in making your feeding ring actually will save you money, save you time, and save you energy that you need to spend elsewhere within the fish keeping hobby. This is really here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Seems as if I'm going to have to remove the feed. Yeah, this is how they are sometimes. Unlike these fish here that are my tilapia cichlids that will actually just jump to the top at the sight of food, or my convict cichlids that will mercilessly consume the food if given to them at any one time. Currently, I'm trying to see if I can get this pond blanketed with duckweed. So probably I give it about 4 or 5 months, and then I should see this pond looking like this pond. That would be awesome. A problem which I have right now, I'm going to be placing a pump within this system very shortly, right? So I probably might have to make a larger feeding ring so that when the water actually beats at the surface, the plant itself are not disturbed, right? So I'm going to probably have to be thinking about that. This is really here for another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Bye bye for now. Cool.